That's pride. What about fear?
Fear?
Mm.
Oh. I'm afraid, yes. Many times.
Did people
Particularly during, I think the worst would have been through the Tet period.
Yeah.
That was 68, from January on.
How did you cope with it?
Well, I couldn't hear. What happened was we were setting up to put in some ambushes. So it was supposed to be, in a Tet sea, supposed to be peacetime. Of course, that was their, they were peace, of course, they were tearing in, they were after Saigon.
Yeah.
And they sent us down to cut off the Saigon, and the Americans were a bit further over. And I was in 7 Battalion then, and just as we was looking around, the picket got seen coming back by the enemy. We didn't know they were there. Coming back, so they attacked us with rockets. The medic was killed straight off. Ugh. All the section commanders were down. The boss was wounded. I couldn't hear a thing. Even the hearing's nearly gone now. And I think I had 5 blokes left to fight. And anybody who says he's not scared, that's rubbish.
Why did you join the army?
As a matter of fact, I was working up in South Australia. I went across from New South, from Broken Hill, and I had a mustering team, and the shearers kept going on strike. This is 1953-4, and we said, oh, the hell with this. So we took a bit of time off and went down to Adelaide, and we ran into this sergeant who was in the army, and he bought us a feed in a pub and a few beers, and I finished up getting discharged out the army in 1986. He was one very good talker.
You sort of woke up and you're in the army, did you?
Oh, well, it was time, because things weren't good up the bush. The money wasn't good. The bosses wouldn't feed you properly. No. There was all sorts of things going wrong, and it was a good opportunity.
Your brother served in Vietnam too, didn't he?
2 of them did.
2 of them?
Yeah, one didn't make it, unfortunately, young Mick.
How old was he?
He was killed. He was 19, nearly 20.
God.
He was, I don't know whether you remember, the first one we got brought back to Australia. He was in 1 Battalion, 1965, I think it was.
Yeah. So
we got him buried here in Melbourne.
You went into Vietnam after he was killed?
Yeah, yeah. I went there 67, 68 and 70.
God, that'd be a hard thing to do, wouldn't it, knowing that you'd lost your brother there?
Not really.
The first casualties that the battalion suffered were so sudden, they had a profound impact on everyone. Upwards of 100 were on this truck, and they'd been told not to straighten pins on the hand grenades, and obviously somebody had, and the pins had come out as he landed on the ground, and the grenade went off. And I remember he was a terrible mess, but he was killed. 2 others were killed and 13 were injured, and that was a terrible start. I mean, that was in the company area.
Do you remember the moment that you stepped on the mine?
No.
I think you told us that you feel you were very lucky not to die.
Well, I shouldn't have made it. Let's put it that way.
Why did you make it? What happened?
I think the getting in so quick, the dust off going back, they were absolutely magnificent. I remember something hot going into me. I don't know what it was. And when we got to the hospital, they only had to go, 25 metres straight in through the door. And I remember this bloke kept smacking me around the face. You know, they've got to keep you awake. But I couldn't feel anything, so whatever the needle was good. And I got off inside, and I just don't remember anything after that till I woke up.